Welcome. Today, I'm going to be going over my 2025 live traded results, okay, the models I trade, the strategy I'm doing on the back end, and my 2026 results so far. And what has changed, if anything? What has changed? What am I doing now in 2026 that I wish I would have done in 2025, and why? And then what can you do? You don't have to trade my strategy, but this video will be a really good helping hand for you for the back end side of trading, which I believe personally is more important than the front end, okay? So, let's get straight into it. This is just a snapshot of my results. I couldn't fit all of them on a screenshot here. This is every trade I took in 2025. Okay, 56R up for the hybrid there, and then 20R up on the mech. And now what the hybrid and mech is, essentially, I trade three different models. They're all the same model, but it's different. So I have the LRV, which is the lower RR variation of my model. Higher win rate, you know what I'm saying? Lower RR, better for the futures firms. I have my mech London model, just a London session accounts. That is trading my fully mech model, zero discretion at all. And then I have the hybrid, which is about 5% discretion on the bias, I would say, which I'm trading as well. Now the hybrid and the mech are 3R, and then that LRV is a lower R variation. Now, if we look, and we're just going to get straight into this, by the way, because I want to give you guys as much value as possible. If we look at this right now, you can see that I only started trading the mech on the 7th of November. Why is that? So, a little bit about me, my story. I originally turned profitable whilst I was working at Rolls-Royce, a degree apprenticeship that I had. And I was profitable with the mech. So I made more money than I'd spent with the mech model. I ended up having 200Ks of FTMO, paying them out, and then moving out to Thailand, quitting the job, and moving out to Thailand with that model. Now, when 2025 rolled around, I actually created a new model called the hybrid. The idea of this model was to have a higher win rate, lower trade frequency variation, and trade that. What I ended up doing was going all in on the hybrid, building up too much of a sentimental attachment to the building of it and the process of it, that I thought, no, not going to do the mech, just going to do the hybrid because it's superior. But in reality, what happened was, and for me, you can see, last year I was over 70R up with both models, but if I was trading both models from the start, I would have been over 122R up, okay? So a lesson I learned from 2025 bringing into 2026 is don't have a favorability towards one approach. So if you're doing what I'm doing with the multiple models to hedge against the uncertainty of the future, which is definitely the way, you know what I'm saying? I have like 50% of my Forex accounts allocated to hybrid, 50% of my Forex accounts allocated to mech, just to have that hedge against the uncertainty. So some months, like this period here, where you're in a bit of a losing period on the hybrid, well, guess what's happening on the mech in that time? We were on a 20R run. So having this, so I'm not having all my eggs in one basket, it's more of a distributed play. That's kind of what I'm doing, but year round now. I'm starting the year off like that. So as you can see, these are my results for this year so far. We've got, boom, hybrid here, boom, mech here. As you can see, it says mech London, and I know there's a few New York trades, but I have reasons why I took those. This one was a planned break, so I was rushing. And then these two, I'm trading NQ, New York, and mech. New York and London, rather. Just because of the ACG rules with max cap with one strategy, I've had to add an NQ and just do double session on that. So that's what I'm doing there, okay? So I am doing both models now, and I'm having an even split of my accounts between both models. So I don't feel FOMO if one model's performing better than the other. So I'm going to give you a situation here, and you can apply this with your own strategy, and hopefully you can gain more of an edge in the market using this, okay? So let's say I've got the hybrid, and I allocate 70% of my accounts to the hybrid, so prop firm accounts or live accounts, whatever. Now let's say I have the mech London and I have 30% towards that. If the hybrid does shit and the mech does amazing, what am I going to think? Fuck. I should have allocated more accounts to the mech. Why have I over-leveraged onto the hybrid? Vice versa, okay? So because I don't want to feel that, and because I don't want to have that conversation in my head, I've just gone straight 50-50 down the middle, and then all of my futures accounts are LRV, so the low R variation is just pure futures accounts, because futures accounts benefit a higher win rate, lower RR trader, rather than the Forex, okay? And if you don't know why, just research into their rules and you'll know, okay? Now, I have brought this in to 2026, trading exactly how I've just said, but mainly, what I did in 2025 compared to 2024 was DCA. Now, I talk about this on and on and on, but I'm going to briefly explain because I know there's some new guys watching this. I'm going to be DCAing harder than ever this year, And the reason being is because the usual theory. Imagine if you buy an account every week. You're buying an account here, 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 whatever. If you buy an account, it's in drawdown. To go and get past that account, you need to then get out of drawdown, then pass phase 1, then pass phase 2. Whereas if I'm constantly buying fresh accounts, when I get winning periods, there's going to be some accounts I have that I break even. So then all I need is 3 wins in a row and I've passed phase 1 and phase 2. On my high risk accounts, just 2 wins in a row. Whereas if I have only one account and I sit on it, like some fucking traders do, sit on it, and then it's in drawdown, I'm going to need to win to get out of drawdown and to pass. Whereas if I had a fresh account, that same winning period would have got me paid instead. So this is why I DCA. Buy an account, split throughout time, instead of sitting and holding accounts. And one thing I've implemented this year is evenly distributing that DCA between all 3 models so I don't get FOMO. Okay? As you can see from my performance at the moment this year, it's been pretty mid. 3.3R up on the hybrid, 0.7R down on the mech, and then 1.15R up on futures here, and then minus 2R there. So pretty much break even overall if you were to calculate it, okay? But we're 1 month in. There's no judgment to be made with this small of a data collection sample size. Trading is on the year, bro. Pretty much every model that you'll trade, if it's a good model, will be unprofitable for about 3 months out of the year, and the rest will be up or break even or whatever. If you're deep in having a losing 2 weeks or a losing month, you need to re-evaluate your data, you need to re-evaluate your approach, because you shouldn't be having these issues with such a small losing period if you've got the confidence from data collection, if you've got the confidence for experience. And if you're a newer trader and you don't have either of those, I would say go get some experience through backtesting, go get some data collection, go analyze what you should be analyzing in order to be confident. What do you need to do to be confident, and do those things? Because like for me, look, we're on a losing streak right now, okay? And I'm open to that, you know what I'm saying? I know that we're losing right now. But I made 9.7R in a single day on the 15th of January. How do I know that's not going to happen again and again and again? I don't. So I've got to turn up every day to be open to those probabilities, because without that, I'm just gambling. Without that, if I miss a day or I don't leverage in as much as I'm used to leveraging in every day, and it wins, and I go, fuck, I won less because I got scared and I was a pussy and I backed away. You never want to have those internals, because if you have those internals, that's what makes you break your plan. That's what makes you switch. That's what makes you crash out. You need to, and my philosophy is, minimize actions that lead to dark conversations in your head. That's why I trade mechanical in the first place, bro. Because I would always have issues as a discretionary trader blaming myself for the decisions that led to losses. Whereas if you trade a mechanical model, if you trade a fixed, rigid, pre-planned system, then you're never going to hate yourself, because everything's pre-planned, and you know that you're not missing trades because those trades weren't meant to be. They weren't you. They weren't your pairs. They weren't your sessions. They weren't your variables. And you know, okay, if you take wins, you took it because you were meant to take it. Not because you broke your plan and you took it and you think, fuck, I broke my plan and I took that trade. Should I break my plan more often? No. You know why, okay? So I need you specifically to adopt this mindset, because it's so beneficial. You can trade, and there's so many different ways to skin a cat. We know this, bro. We know this, and you know this from trading. But the easiest way to be profitable is with a strict, rigid system that works, that you've got data on, straight up. Like, bro, I'm not going to go through all the data here, okay? But look at all the data I have. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this is not a joke thing, okay? You can click on any of these, and it will be stacked up. NZD USD. Stacked with data, okay? Stacked. I've spent the time, I've put in the work, and I've got the reward through my confidence. My confidence is so high with my model. My conviction is so high because I know it works on the long run. I know I have lost streaks, just as any model, bro. Some people like to slate me for having lost streaks. And do you know why they slate me on socials for having lost streaks? It's because I'm the only one who shows it. It's because I'm the only one who's transparent, okay? I know I have lost streaks. Look at my RR gain on the year. Every single trade I take is tracked fully live in the Discord. And everyone, you can trade live with me in my Discord and see it step by step. Every step of the way, me taking these trades, them adding up on the journal. I couldn't be more transparent, bro. Okay? And you need to have this transparency with yourself. Because if you don't, then you're going to lie to yourself. You're going to think you're profitable when you're not. You're going to convince yourself you're doing the right thing, even though you know you're breaking your plan in the long run. And it can lead to a whole assortment of mental, internal conversations that's just going to break you down. And it's going to ruin you, bro. Okay? So, from me to you, I know this is just a short video, but I just wanted to review my data with you, tell you little things that I've kind of added in. Number one, even distribution between all three models, no favoritism, no sentimentality, okay? Number 2, equally DCA every month because you never know what month's going to be losing, what month's going to be winning. And number 3, collect data so you can get belief. It's hard for me to convince you that my strategy works. And I'm not saying to trade my strategy, but any strategy, let's say. But if you go out and collect it yourself, there's no convincing, is there, bro? It's just done. It's there. You know it. You see it, bro. And obviously data doesn't predict future results, but it can fucking well. You know what I'm saying? It does a pretty good job at predicting it, to be honest, mate. But you'll never predict it to a T. But it's pretty effective at giving you a rough idea, okay? What I want you to do is, right, if you're from the Discord right now, so, wait a second. If you're on the Discord right now, and you're from the Discord, you're in the free Discord or the VIP, comment below. I love seeing people that are in my community, which I fucking, it's my favorite place in the world, 4.4k traders now. I love seeing people in my community crushing it, and I love seeing people in my community engaging with the content, bro. You know what I'm saying? I literally want to get to know everyone that's in here, but I just want to give a little spotlight to all the guys that have passed accounts and gotten payouts recently in the last 2 weeks or so. TZ Fred with a triple threat payout on the top steps here. Boom. Nathan Young, literally 2 or 3 weeks into the model and into the group, 2.8k smash to the dome. 850 for Alex Christie. 5k for Mar13. What a fucking legend. One of my favourite main chatters. Past account, past account, past account, past account, past account, past account. Double payout for Rio. Triple payout for Rio. Another payout here. Another payout from Dave. Another 2 payouts from Sorto. Another payout from Maximilian. Another max payout here on top step for one of the boys. Mar13 again. Another payout again from Mina. Another payout again. 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 Past FTMO there. Another payout again. Another 2 payouts there. All within the last 2 weeks, bro. Alright, so trading this philosophy, trading this style fucking works, bro. And I know it works because I see it every day and I can see lives change on a daily from this. So, honestly, man, I'd look into this mechanical trading shit, bro. It changed my life and it's changed so many others. But everything you need to know is in the description. You know where to find me. Stay positive. Have a good rest of your week. Hopefully you got some value from this. You know what I'm saying? Comment below if you're from the Discord. Comment TTC and I'll interact with you. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and unity. I'll see you boys in the next one.